Hey everybody, sorry I haven't made Fury of Dracula videos in a long time. I have had a really hard time getting the game to work on my computer. I've had a lot of pieces deteriorating, really need to get a new one, cannot get it to work. I've been downgrading Fury of Dracula's graphics settings really low, and I think I've gotten it just right to where I can play it. It removes a lot of the graphics and the gameplay is a little different, but it's still the Fury of Dracula we know and love. So let me just get it started. I tried to record this twice to get this low graphics version of Fury of Dracula, and I just couldn't do it. The gameplay is the same as normal Fury of Dracula. A few things are slightly changed. All the cities are removed. It's just London because when you ratchet down the graphics that much, you start removing cities. And we will go. If I was playing with multiple players, then there would be like handing the keyboard to different people to have them take their turns. But it's just me, Quincy, and here I be. So, every day there's going to be a newspaper report. Newspaper reports are important just like in the game. There are certain 3-hour periods that we can do things with our hunters. And so we have a giant bat scene. So we can supply, which is actually what we're going to be doing. We can try to draw events, which is by doing things like investigating newspaper reports, tracing the Count's cargo. That's basically finding his location. Just like a normal Fury of Dracula, we want to wait before we actually start like moving and stuff. But we want to supply up, and that is important to do. Here's all the different hunters that we have. They have various items. We are going to want to... Oh, I need to say what we want to get. One interesting thing is that items are separated between the sacred items and the sort of normal equipment items. We're going to get normal equipment. Now, we want to make sure everybody has some sort of weapon. Van Helsing has a crucifix, Quincy has a knife, so we don't need to worry about that. But let's get some knives over to Jonathan and Dr. Seward and Arthur, who is Lord Godalming. This is taking place a little bit before the events of Fury of Dracula, so he's actually not technically Lord Godalming yet because his father hasn't died. We are going to want a lantern. Put that on Jonathan. We are going to want the skeleton key, which goes on Dr. Seward. We need both of those in order to get to specific parts in order to try to hunt down Dracula. We'll use horses. Only Arthur or Quincy can use horses. We'll give it to Quincy. Horses have a certain amount of value. We'll do the medical bag. Put that on Van Helsing. Medical bag reduces injuries from attacks. Doesn't cause them to heal faster. It's kind of like armor, almost. Putting it on Van Helsing, I think, makes sense because if I give him the crucifix, it helps him against vampires. If he gets attacked by a wolf or something, the medical bag will help him out. Now we are going to need an item to help clear out the various bad things that we have. We're trying to hunt down Dracula. We'll find encounters, and we need things to be able to clear out as encounters, and that is the Heavenly Host item. Very important. Turpentine's actually really good too because spiders are a thing that you can get attacked by regularly, and it is good to have them. I'm trying to decide if I want to have the turpentine, but I think I won't. So instead, what do I want to give Mina? And I'm going to make that decision later. So we've done one action, time is advanced. We're going to supply again, and this time we're going to get sacred weapons. We need the sacred wafer. We'll give that to Arthur. And then for Mina, we can give her garlic, which will help protect her from vampires, and I think we will do that. Now, Mina can only carry one item. She's weaker than the other hunters, and so that is just something we have to do. So let's investigate some of the things. It's noon, so let's investigate the newspaper report. About the giant bat, we didn't find anything. We'll trace the Count's cargo. And Renfield has been sort of an index to the comings and goings of the Count. His previous escapes and fits of violence usually occurred when Dracula was at the empty house on the estate next to the asylum. Carfax. Okay, so now the Carfax is a place that we can go. Now, before we do that, we are probably going to want to visit with Renfield, because if we don't do that regularly, eventually he's going to break out and attack us. So we'll visit him. Sitting placidly with his hands folded, smiling benignly. Okay, well that's probably fine. Now we also are going to need to rest twice, which I'm actually going to do before I forget. There's an appalling scream from Renfield's room. That's probably fine. You need to rest at least 6 hours or your hunters will be tired. So we're going to go to the estate of Carfax. Now, we are going at night, so there is a decent chance that we actually just run into Dracula here. It's not like a high chance, but it's a decent chance. We'll have Arthur go first since he has the wafer. We'll follow that up with Jonathan, and then Van Helsing, Mina, Quincy, and Dr. Seward. Yeah, so we're here. You learn that up to very lately, there has been a notice of for sale up. Perhaps Mitchell, Sons, and Candy, the house's agents, will tell you something. So now we've gained the ability to pursue clues by going to Mitchell, Sons, and Candy. So we will pick a lock. It's 3 a.m., so sometimes when you try to pick a lock, the police will arrest you. But it is late at night, and I think slightly less likely for the police to show up when that happens. Okay, so we come in and there are 8 large boxes. Alright, we'll go ahead and clear these out. That's Arthur there. Lord Godalming. Although he's not Lord yet. I already talked about that. And we have Quincy Morris. I'm happy that Quincy Morris is a playable character. Apparently when you downgrade the graphics on Fury of Dracula, it incorporates certain elements of the game that were removed, like a playable Quincy Morris. Why'd you do that, Nomad? Why can't you have Quincy Morris in the game? Okay, I'm gonna pause. Jonathan, just go over here. Van Helsing. But I'm glad Quincy Morris is in the game now. That makes me a happy Morris. Mina, you stay over here. I'm gonna keep Mina near the entrance because there's a chance that Renfield breaks through, and your characters can die really fast in this game. A lot of things can just one-hit hunters. Occasionally you'll get wounded, but yeah, Renfield can one-hit you real fast. Now, Mina and Dr. Seward have the ability to calm Renfield down, and so it's good to keep them handy. I'm going to sort of stack up on this door, keep Dr. Seward and Mina there back, and so if Dracula happens to be through this door, which he probably won't be, but he might be. One fun thing about this game is how unpredictable it is. Is this something over here? No. This is money. You can pick. I think if I had an empty hand, I would be able to take this. But I'm not really seeing any. It's not like it has become a thing that is useful. The other thing that might be happening is that I'm hampering the Count's efforts in some way by stealing his money. That is what happened in the book. Let's have him escape via the window. Yeah. And you may think, oh, you're just wasting time, right? No. Things can happen in the middle of my movements here, like this spider showing up. And I did not bring the turpentine. That means, Van Helsing, you're going to escape going a different way. Mina, I think you can get to the exit. Yep. And Quincy's going to go to the exit. And I'm actually going to have you follow Van Helsing. Oh. And yeah, the spider does not care about walls. Donald Trump would hate him. Okay, I think I can make it out. Very good. Do you want to ride horses to the next location? I will do that. Let's check out the wharf. And let's just bring everybody. Yep. No clues found. Well, Renfield escapes and heads towards the abandoned estate at Carfax. Next door, he dashes past the guards as he enters the room for inspection. I sort of feel like I should go to Carfax then. Yeah, I'm just going to search for Renfield. You find Renfield on the far side of an abandoned house. He's immensely strong for... He acts more like a wild beast than a man. You forcibly make him return to his room. That's interesting. That's different text than other times when I've captured Renfield. There's lots of different results that can happen for various actions. Let's investigate the newspaper reports. May have been some wild specimen found from the south of a more malignant species. Okay, so the giant bat is nothing. Let's trace. We have some more clues. Let's check out Missile Sons and Candy. At their office on Saxville Street, these are the people who sold Carfax. The man who sees you is particularly suave in manner, but incommunicative in equal proportions. He answers, "The affairs of their clients are absolutely safe in the hands of Mitchell, Sons, and Candy." Yeah, this was something that happened in the book. They would try to investigate people. It's like, no, we can't share any information with you. Happened a few times. The Count's cargo almost... okay, so it automatically made me do the action of read collected letters, diaries, etc. That's just one you start out with. The Count's cargo almost certainly came to England aboard the Russian ship Demeter, judging by the strange circumstances surrounding the ship's arrival in Whitby. The shipping authorities in Whitby may be of help. So now we can visit Whitby to trace clues. Let's do that. Let's check with the Whitby authorities. Well, out, Jonathan sees someone who looks like the Count. He becomes very pale, and his eyes seem to be bulging out as half in terror and half in amazement. After a few minutes, he goes to sleep and forgets about the entire incident. So that has caused us to basically lose our action. I'm going to have us rest twice because we need to do that. Let's go to the wharf. Q, yeah. You've chosen the correct hunters, yes. You learn that low tide occurs about noon, okay? Well, that doesn't do me much good. At first I thought going to the wharf didn't do you anything, but when I was doing my practice videos, which I was trying to record but couldn't because, again, my graphics card was... well, and just generally my computer has been having a lot of trouble. Wolf Mall's woman. Let's look into that. No clues found. There's a low moaning from Renfield's room. Okay, Renfield, we'll visit him. Renfield is up and humming a tune. He is spreading out his sugar in the window to catch flies. Ew. Okay, let's trace and see. Maybe the Whitby authorities can tell us something. Let's talk to the harbor master. The doomed ship began its voyage to England from the Black Sea port of Varna. So that's useful. I think if we later on talk to the wharf people and they tell us a boat is leaving from the wharf, we can actually catch Dracula in a boat and have a battle on a boat, which is interesting. You can fight Dracula in any of these buildings you go into. You can also, if things go badly, have to fight him at his castle. And I learned, playing these practice videos, you can fight him on a boat. A lot of different things can happen in this game. Whitby authorities. Let's talk with the customs officers. Their tally shows 50 boxes were received from the ship, but they have nothing else to add. And we got rid of, what, 6 or 8 already? So if we get rid of all of his boxes, we can... potentially stop him. The Coast Guard. The doomed ship began its voyage to England from... okay, we already know that. Let's go to... I've already been to all these places. So we could actually revisit Carfax. And it can be a good idea because Dracula can return to places. But I'm going to have us rest. We rested twice. Let's go to the wharf just to check it. Yeah. No clues found. Alright. Severe storms rack area. Okay, so it's just storms. We don't investigate that. Let's check with Renfield. Maybe he knows something. Nope. The Count's cargo was consigned to a solicitor in Whitby, Samuel Billington, upon his arrival in England. Haha! That gives us people to talk to. We'll talk to Billington, and that has opened up a new area. The invoice supplied to Jonathan by Samuel Billington said shipped 50 cases of common earth. Okay. To be used for experimental purposes to a house on Jamaica Lane. Alright, let's check out Jamaica Lane. We'll bring in everybody. Nobody's injured. Man, in the practice videos, I had people getting injured and killed, and man, they were just throwing spiders at me all day. This can be very different games. It's got a lot of roguelite elements, I think is what the kids call that these days. And then we have Dr. Seward holding up the back. Alright. House looks long unattended. Well, we have the thing. All at once the door... we have the lockpick. You can send for a lockpick once. The floor has a thick coating of dust. A once magnificent chandelier hangs over the steps. I think that can fall on you if you're not careful, and you can take damage from it. Okay, we're going to stack up on this door. Mina and the doctor are going to stay in reserve. as you always want to do in Fury of Dracula. Now, I've noticed Quincy is better at fighting. The game, nothing in the game or manual says that he is, but I've just sort of noticed that he rolls better when all the times I've played this. Okay, let's see. Oh, what on earth? The corners are masses of cobwebs. You also see smelly piles of debris. Okay, that's suspicious. Let's pick up... Ooh, keys, yes. That could be... I'm going to bring in some other people. I don't want you all alone in here. Let's see what this is. Anything here? No? Okay. Alright, we'll stack up near this door. You guys are going to stay there. Van Helsing, move in. Again, you want to be careful about your positioning. People who are really careful will just, keep everybody as a group. I'm not that OCD. Alright, let's see what's through this door. Oh my goodness, it's Dracula. You see Count Dracula with eyes of flame, red with devilish passion, the great nostrils of the white angular, aquiline nose, open wide and quiver at the edge. Okay, attack him. Everybody move in, we're fighting us a Dracula. I don't actually want to move adjacent to him right now because I want him to attack Arthur for a couple reasons. Mina, you can't really do squat, so you're going to back up. Van Helsing, move in. And the reason why is because Arthur is holding onto the Holy Wafer, so if Dracula tries to attack him, he's not going to make any progress. Oh, he's moved. Dang it. Get back here, you fiend. Yeah, he's trying to escape. Oh, he can't move through because it's blocked by Quincy. Move, Quincy, you're too fat. I guess I could move him, but I want to keep him near Mina in case Renfield comes up from behind. Ah, the count escapes. Okay, well, hey, none of us died, so that's pretty good. But that's why we need to clear these crates. Once we clear them all, he sort of is forced to stay and fight us, which is an interesting change in Fury of Dracula. That getting rid of these crates of foreign soil sort of make it so Dracula's ability to escape is reduced. Let's see, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 31 plus the other, what, 6 we did? What, that's 37? So that's what, 23 more that we need? No, 13 more that we need in order to survive. Or to get him. I think I can look at this painting, right? No. Oh, it's a spider. We wanna just run the heck away. Like, we could fight that spider, but, like, there isn't really a good reason to. If the spider was in the way, in a way that was bothering us, then it would be a problem. I think once I go through the door, I no longer... Oh no, I still have turns? Oh gosh. Oh, this is gonna take forever. Alright. You're gonna stay there. I'm just gonna check up here real quick. Can't be Dracula again. We've already found Dracula. Thick fog. Okay, alright. Yeah, we'll just leave. Alright, everybody out. We, weren't able to do any, like, damage to Dracula. But, we're able to find him, get rid of a lot of his, things. And, yeah. Now, one interesting thing about this game is that it gives you a score at the end based on how well you did. And the score depends on each individual hunter. What you were supposed to do in this game is you have a person play each hunter. And each hunter has their own objective, so to speak. They all want to kill Dracula. They all want other people to survive. But things like Mina and Jonathan especially want the other person to survive. Van Helsing really wants no more vampires to be around. So if Mina turns into a vampire, he needs to kill her in order to get maximum score. Things like that. What I like to do at the end of when I play this is I see what the maximum score is, which is 600. And then I sort of do a random number generator to roll to see if I quote-unquote win based on the score that I've gotten. Let's use these horses to move. They give us basically a double move here. Let's check out the wharf. I actually like regularly checking the wharf now, just to see if I get anything. No clues. Well, dang it. Let's see if we can trace... No clues. Okay, well, we'll rest twice. And then I guess we'll... Nobody's injured, so we don't need to rest again. Let's go to... I mean, I could revisit the places in case I randomly run into Dracula, but that's not really how I'm going to win, so I don't really want to do that. Let's go to the wharf. VJD, yeah. No clues. Well, it's worth a shot. Okay, a new morning. Ooh, child bitten by a rat. This we definitely want to investigate. You arrive at the North Hospital, where the papers say the child is. You find the child awake. It had taken some food. It had taken some food? I think you mean him. He or she had taken some food. And altogether it was going well. See, that's different. Sometimes I've looked at it and it's like, haha, it's the same injury of Lucy's. And it's like, okay, we're onto something. Let's trace the... No clues found. Let's trace more. There's a wild yell from Renfield's. Right, we need to visit him. Renfield has managed to catch a sparrow and has partially tamed it. He means of taming it simple, for his spiders have already become diminished. Oh, he's feeding it spiders. There's a low moaning from Renfield's room. I feel like I should check Renfield's room again. Pleads to have a pet kitten. There's a wild yell from Renfield's room. Ugh. Okay, I gotta rest twice. Let's go to... Let's actually go... Well, I want to go to the wharf, because if he tries to escape, we can hear about it by checking the wharf. No clues. But I'm sort of losing out on chances to catch Dracula again at one of these other hideouts of his. Okay, let's try to get clues. No clues. Aha, here we go. Carter, Patterson and Company, a moving company in London, delivered the Count's cargo to a house on Jamaica Lane. Wait, don't we already know that? Well, maybe this is new stuff that's at Jamaica Lane. So let's go back. This is very different. Yeah, every time I play this, it's a very different experience in terms of if I'm trying to get more information, if my people are getting injured very quickly, what the constraint is, basically what levers are being pulled, and I find that interesting. That is cool to me. Yeah. Okay, and we can enter because we already lockpicked it. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. Arthur, just go ahead and check. It's noon, so like, I don't even think Dracula would be here. He'd be asleep. Yeah. Full of vermin waste. Alright. And I'm sending Arthur because he has the wafer, so even if he finds Dracula, he'll have... I think Dracula will recoil from it. Littered with debris. Alright, go jump out this window. Whoop! Well, it's worth a try. You know, if you have nothing better to do, you just sort of do these stakeouts, which I think is kind of fun, because you don't know what's going to happen. That whole random nature to games, I think, is very fun. Let's check the wharf. Maybe if we actually go there in daytime, there might be somebody awake to let us know. Nope, no clues. Oh, there's Father, Lord God. Okay, this is a random event. There are lots of different random events that can happen in this game. This is one that's pretty bad. It makes it where I can't use Lord Godalming or Quincy, which means we wouldn't be able to buy anything, because those are the quote-unquote rich characters. Arthur and Quincy must stay at the ring. Well, we can't buy, like, equipment. Stay at the ring to be at his side. Okay, so... Yeah, if we go to Hunter Provisions... We can acquire sacred weapons, but we can't get like purchasable weapons, which is why it's a good idea to do that first. Let's try to get some clues. No clues. Let's try it again. Well, we need to rest, and let's go to the wharf. Why not? It'll be a little bad if we actually find him. There, ha! Here we go. There's one Black Sea-bound ship going out with the tide tonight. Okay. Letter to Van Helsing from his friend, Dr. Arminius of Budapest University. The one of whom you ask must indeed be devoid Dracula, who won his name against the Turk over the great river on the very frontier of Turkey land. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to get... Well, the problem is we only have 4 people, not quite enough to fight him. So we're going to have to tool up for combat. We can get sacred weapons. We can't get a crucifix because Van Helsing has the only crucifix. Let's get a garlic for Dr. Seward. Oh, Mina already has it. Okay, let's get let's give holy water to Mina. That way, yes. Oh, item. Oh, right, she already has it. Okay, so now Mina has holy water, which won't protect her, but it will let her attack. Now let's give the garlic to Dr. Seward, so he will be able to attack Dracula with a knife, and if Dracula tries to attack Dr. Seward, he will be repelled. So we'll use Van Helsing and Dr. Seward in the front as to like get aggro. Arthur too will be able to. What else do I want to change? I guess I don't need... Well, I probably need the lantern, because when we go into the belly of the ship, we'll need light down there, I would guess. And we don't need the horses. Can I get another garlic? No. Maybe wolfsbane? A wooden stake is only useful if somebody turns into a vampire. Cannot work on Dracula because he's a light sleeper. Okay. And we're only limited to 1 crucifix. Wolfsbane's actually not that bad of an idea because sometimes he'll just have a wolf. So let's give this to Quincy. And yeah, that seems as good as we can do. Let's maybe try to get clues. We'll visit Renfield. We don't want Renfield... oh dear, he ate the bird. We don't want Renfield ambushing us. So let's go to Canal Trace. No clues. Okay, now we will go to the wharf. See, the problem is Quincy and Lord Godalming aren't going to be in the fight. Can we win with just 4 hunters? I don't know. Now, in my experience, it's 6 p.m., so it actually doesn't leave yet. So we want Dr. Seward and Van Helsing up front. Jonathan and then Mina. Yes, no clues. Right, okay. We'll try once more. So, Dr. Seward, Van Helsing, Jonathan, and then Mina. Yes, yes. Thick fog is set in. I think there's a chance we can just miss the boat. There's a lot of random events in this. Dr. Seward, Van Helsing, Jonathan, and then Mina. Here we go! The captain of the ship headed for the Black Sea refuses to let you board and swears at you in many tongues. Shortly later, the ship leaves port. Haha, okay, see? That can happen. We were not able to convince him. And I think part of that is that we didn't have Arthur or Quincy to bribe him. So, that's pretty bad. By now, it has become painfully obvious that Count Dracula has disappeared from London without a trace. Yeah, the last 2 times I fought him, I got to fight him on the ocean. Without a trace. You may want to go to Castle Dracula in an effort to track him down. Renfield has disappeared entirely. Everyone feels very tired this morning. Okay. Oh boy. Let's rest twice, and then we'll go to Castle Dracula. Yeah, okay, so this is generally going to be bad because I think Renfield will show up as an enemy. Let's have Dr. Seward up front, followed by Van Helsing, and then Arthur, and then Quincy, and then Jonathan. And we're going to have Mina in the back because Mina can actually calm down Renfield. And although I think Renfield might be up front, but in the event that he ambushes us, after traveling all day on a rough road, you stand before Castle Dracula in all its grandeur, perched 1,000 feet on the summit of a sheer precipice. Now, that time when we found him, we could have just killed him there and won the whole game, but here we are. Okay, it doesn't look like he has a wolf or Renfield, but Renfield will show up, so I'm going to hold Mina in reserve to deal with that. You see the Count, his eyes blaze red with vindicated hate. Welcome to your death. The room is a foul potential with vermin waste. The heavy doors slam shut and lock behind you. Alright, Dr. Seward, drop a train on him. Van Helsing has the crucifix. These are my tanks. Quincy, you do not have protection. You have protection against wolves, so I'm going to hold you in reserve behind the doctor. And Jonathan, you're going to be there. Mina, I'm going to move you, like, to here? Yeah, the Count cowers from a crucifix. Aha! Nice. So now we'll move in with Jonathan. Usually you miss with these attacks. You have to, like, attack a whole bunch of times. Sometimes you can get him on the first go. But no, we miss. And the Dracula tends to one-shot your guys when he does hit. Okay, he's attacked with the crucifix. He sears his forehead. Doesn't kill him, but it does damage. It misses by a wide margin. Okay, Quincy, you're gonna... I've noticed Quincy has better rolls. I don't know if that means anything. He avoids. I guess we'll move Mina up. Bats! The room fills with grotesque bats! Jonathan is attacked by the Count. Jonathan seems alright. A medical bag reduced your injury. Oh, interesting. So you just have to have somebody have the bag. Okay, I think I'm gonna pull Jonathan back then. I don't want him being attacked. He avoids the attack. Van Helsing, hit him with your cross. Yeah! So the bats are gonna limit our ability to move. Go with your knife. Oh. Arthur's knife sears through the Count's throat. The Count's body wreathes and thrashes in anguish, then disintegrates into dust. In the final moment, there was in the face a look of peace. And that is gonna be a win! Oh, wow, look at that. High scores on everybody. And yeah, you can win that quickly in this game. Part of it is because a lot of bad stuff didn't happen to us early in the game. We didn't even have Mina get bit the first time. Part of that is because we brought Mina on. But, like, that is just a thing that can happen. You can be resting, and then Dracula can attack you when you rest at night. And then you have a fight in Mina's bedroom. There's all sorts of wild stuff that can happen in this game, but I almost got a perfect score there. The reason Dr. Seward is only at 90 is because we did not cure Renfield, which is a thing that you can do with Mina or Dr. Seward if they encounter him. So I'm going to do the random number generator, although, my goodness, I'd have to roll a 590 or higher out of 600. But yeah, 7 years ago, we all went through the flames, and the happiness of some of us since then is, we think, well worth the pain we endure. I don't know if you get different outros based on that, but hold on. I'm pulling up my random generator. There are different things that you can get. You see happily married, happily retired. If you lose, there are going to be things like alcoholic, depressed, unhappily married is one. Okay, I'll generate, and I get 159. I win. Ha, ha, ha. Man, I did not win the first time. The first time, I had like 2 people die. Mina and Jonathan died, were killed by Dracula. No, but then Mina turned into a vampire, which means Van Helsing's score was really low. Second time, I was able to kill Dracula again. Both times on the boat, which I had never done before. And I played this game a whole lot of times. But you know, you've seen me play Fury of Dracula a whole times. But actually, this wasn't Fury of Dracula. This was actually a game called Dracula in London, which is nice, fun. You can play it for free. There are places where you can play these old DOS games in a browser, which is what I did here. It's a fun little game. It plays quick. You're supposed to play it with a group, and you hand the keyboard around for this person's turn and that person's turn, and they're supposed to be pursuing their own objectives. But that's Fury of Dracula in London. Happy April 1st, and Godspeed.